Hello everyone. In today's pick a card reading, we are going to look at what is this connection about. And this connection can be any person in your mind, all right? It can be a colleague, a friend, a loved one, a family member, any person. But today we are going to focus on that person who is somewhat nagging on your mind. Right? That means you are somewhat in a karmic relationship, or you are in this love and hate relationship, or you have disconnected, but you can't stop thinking about why. You can't stop thinking about how, and this person keeps lingering in your mind. So this person in mind is carrying a lot of heavy, intense emotions. It causes you to not be able to fall asleep at night, this kind of version. All right. So if you are looking for a reading who can confirm a lovey-dovey connection, then this is not likely the video. Okay, so we are going to show you the breakdown of this video. A person in mind is what we are focusing on, and we'll look at what's your role in this connection, what's his or her role in this connection, the dynamic between both of you, what needs healing, the lesson of this connection, and the way forward, which also includes universe guidance. So these are all we are going to cover in this video. So we have 4 options right here. The first option, we have the celestite, raw stone, and this card. Pile number 2, we have the ruby hexagon, and this is the card. Third option, we have the citrine pyramid, and this is the card. For our fourth option today, we have the labradorite stone, and this is the card. Alright, feel free to pause the video and choose your pile, and we are going to see you in your chosen pile. Hi, pile number 1, if you've chosen the celestite, rose stone, and star ancestors, this card, this is your chosen pile. And before we get into a reading, I just gonna give you a quick run through of what are the questions that we are going to explore. So this is about a connection in mind, a connection that feels heavy on you, that keeps lingering in your mind, that you couldn't forget. It could be you're still in connection with this person. It could be you have already got no contact in this person and you wish to shine a little light on the situation. So these are the questions we are going to cover. The first is your role in the situation, their role in the situation, the dynamic between you, what needs healing, the lesson of this connection, and lastly, the way forward and universe guidance. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first of all, the role that you are playing in this connection. You are trapping yourself. I don't know what you have gone through, but their voice, especially their voice, is very controlling. What they have said about you has become part of your mind's voice, especially when you are feeling inconfident, when you are very self-criticizing, you would adapt the voice of their role. And I must say, the person that you are thinking about is either a parent or some authority figure, because the sun showing up in their role, who they are to you, you think that they are the sky, they are everything to you. So when they are everything and they are like our parents, the rules that they impose, what they say, are very important to us. We grew up with that. And even though after we grew up, we know that a lot of things doesn't make sense, we still adopt it. We still couldn't shake free from it. And what's very interesting about the Eight of Swords is that you are actually free. You just need to walk out of it and ask someone else to help unbind you and take off your blindfold. The problem is when we grew up in such a situation where our parents are everything to us, it could be difficult to even take the first step to walk out of this situation. And this was me. I didn't see anything wrong with them because they are everything to me. I love them so much. But I must also acknowledge that the thoughts, the teachings that they impose on me aren't really healthy for me. They are restrictive. They didn't turn me into a person who is more confident, a person who is more daring and live life fully. Rather, I'm binded and I live life so timidly. So this is your role and this was your role, because the Eight of Swords showing up means that you are ready to step out of it, because the universe is now pointing that path at you. Now, what's the dynamic between the both of you? Oh, it's the Judgment card. And we know Judgment means liberation. Judgment means freedom. So the dynamic between the both of you would be like testing each other, challenging each other to break free, especially break free from certain rules. And it's so hard for you to break free from your parents or this person in mind. It's because they have the major arcana. They are the sun. And the sun, when it's up in the sky, you feel like you have nowhere to hide. You feel like you're exposed. You feel like everything you do, everything you say is just being exposed there under the sunlight. And the dynamic between the both of you is Judgment. So the Judgment essentially needs you to blow the trumpet of freedom on your own. It needs you to rise for your own freedom. The process might feel like you're fighting a war. It might be very, very scary because you need to pull out the swords that are planted right here one by one. Now we are looking at what needs healing, and it's the Eight of Pentacles. I'd be no surprise if you're born in a very strict family where everything you do needs perfection, and hence you're so afraid of making mistakes. And what exactly needs healing? It's perfection needs to be let go. And another thing is also that you need to start working on yourself, working on your behalf, not shaping and molding yourself to fit others' roles. That means you need to start to see what you truly wanted and what you truly enjoy in life. And you need to build that path towards that. So I'll be no surprise that this group, you're building something. You're building a whole new life. And you're building it from scratch because you don't have the resources. You don't have this support and resources from your parents. So you're building it from scratch, perfecting it, putting it up one by one. And these are the badges of your honor. These are what you are proud of yourself. So you want to be proud of yourself. And that pride that you carry within will heal that connection. So the lesson of this connection is the chariot. The lesson of this connection is persistence. So I could say both of you are very, very stubborn in a way. You are very fixed in your own rules. You are very fixed in your own perspective. You think that it's all or nothing. It's either this or that. That is your shared lesson. So the chariot, it's persistence, it's determination. But another thing that is also very clear right here is that we need to persist in the right direction. If we persist in the wrong direction, we are being stubborn, we are being conservative, we are being old and outdated. And this is exactly the lesson for you. And that's why the dynamic is judgment, because the both of you needs to challenge each other, the way that you persist in life, the way that you function in life, the way your perspective, your perception and rules are being set in life in order to gain the ultimate freedom. And freedom is in the knowing that you are both individuals. You are your own individual. And there's no one that couldn't live without each other. So the last card that we have, it's the way forward. What's the future has in hold for you, and what's the best action for you to take? The King of Swords is super direct and super straightforward. You need to set boundaries. You need to mean what you say. You need to hold the sword in your hand. Right now, your hands are being binded. They're being bound. All the swords are on the ground, and you didn't hold any of them power, because those are voices coming from the other person. Now you are going to become this person who holds the sword in your hand and who directs your own life. So this is challenging because it needs a lot of boundary language. Yes, no over explaining, especially. So if you would read books about how to set healthy boundaries, right? And the King of Swords and Archangel Michael is the clear depiction. You see that Archangel Michael also has a sword in his hand. And he's saying, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. The key word is unwavering faith. You need to really, really be clear about your intentions. So when you communicate with this person, just say one sentence. That's it. And focus upon it with unwavering faith. Stand firm on your boundaries. Hold it. Do not crumble, do not collapse, do not give in to the old mode. Here we have some additional information, and this is this is a confirmation of your role. This is your fears. You are strangling your own hand, stopping yourself from doing that thing. And the Chinese word here, it's called snatching. Snatch away from you. This is actually exactly the same meaning as the Eight of Swords. You're holding yourself in confinement, and this is the trap you are being asked to step out of it. So lastly, to wrap up this reading, we have Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, look a little deeper. We have Ascending, Transcending Obstacles, Learning Expansion, New Phase, Preparing for Union. So you are indeed on this phase of growing. You are indeed on the way of recognizing more patterns. Especially, I'm feeling that this is not just a generational trauma. It also comes from not just one generation trauma. It's a few generations stemming from ancestors. But one important thing that you need to know is that you also inherited wisdom that comes from your ancestors. So, not just the bad things, the good things are also inherited. And if you look deeper enough, the answer lies in the problem. The answer lies in the problem. I'm going to repeat this. The answer lies in the problem. But you need to ascend, you need to transcend that in order to see clearly. So the star ancestors ask you to look a little deeper. And I believe that you are a good pattern observer. And once you observe the pattern that is repeating, you will start to realize that you can hold a bigger picture of what's happening between your connection. It's not just the two of you, it's more than that. But because it's more than that, it's a collective generational pattern that you're working on. You can also ask for your ancestors' wisdom to transcend on you. And the wisdom actually lies within you already. So, your wisdom and your strength and your weaknesses, they are at the same place, which is stemming from your DNA. Right, so this concludes our reading. That's all for our reading. Let me know if any of the messages resonates in the comment section below. Thank you for listening. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll be grateful for your following. Other than that, if this reading clicks something in you and you wish to book a personalized reading, you do contact me on Instagram, or you can drop me a message in my WhatsApp. Links are in description below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi pile 2 people. If you have chosen this ruby hexagon and the star keeper card, this is your reading. So before we get into the reading, just gonna give you a brief run through on what are the questions that we are going to explore. This is going to be a reading about a person in your mind, which is kind of heavy, kind of intense, lingering, and you can't seem to figure out why it has turned sour or bitter. It could also be a person who is keep on like you're having this love and hate relationship. You love him, you love her, but there's always something that can't be resolved. So we are going to look at what's your role in this connection, what's their role, the dynamic the dynamic between the both of you, what needs healing, the lesson of this connection, and the way forward, plus universe's guidance. So let's get to your cards. Okay, firstly, the role that you are playing in this connection is the Fool card. And the role that they are playing is the Ace of Disc. So you're always the more daring one. You're the challenger in this situation. So you can be always doing something that is very new, very adventurous, very daring, and this might scare the hell out of them. Although they have this very new kind of energy as well, the Ace of Disc, the Ace of Pentacles, but the problem is that they are small. So you are the person who is going leaps and bounds. Your energy is very full of vitality. It's very energizing. You're always constantly trying out new ideas. While this person, he or she is being pulled to this energy a lot. But the problem is that they feel that sometimes you are just too daring. Sometimes it's just too much. So one of the comments that they might have on you is that you are too much, and they can't seem to hold all of that energy of you. And their role and their perspective is that they just want things to be simple. They just want things to be comfortable. So it's very different for the both of you, and that is also exactly why the both of you are being pulled to each other, because you're very adventurous. You want someone to compliment you, and that person would give you some kind of stability in life, something like an anchor. And this person, they are used to simplicity, comfortable life, and your excitement brings in freshness into their life. So this is how you are being attracted to each other. The dynamic between the both of you is represented by the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Discs. It's actually very cute. The both of you are constantly trying to complete each other. Yes, the way in which you complemented each other is actually helping you to complete each other in many different ways. So this is a complementary relationship, no matter who this person are. So you might find that both of you are constantly challenging each other in a good way, But when it turns into something sour or bitter, and if you're in a no-contact situation right now, that means the both of you still couldn't find a way to work together. You think that he's too outdated, too conservative, and he thinks that you are too unconventional. So this could be that kind of a dynamic. Let's look at what else. What is your fear actually beneath this connection? You have Dillian being ashamed, embarrassed, with a full parade going on. So being together with this person might make you feel like the nature of your expression, which is bold, adventurous, and extroverted, is something to be ashamed of. Like maybe they would tell you, why are you making such a fuss out of this? And you are a person who enjoys every little and every big fuss. Like if you experience something happy, you would exaggerate it and it becomes 100 times or tenfold kind of happiness, and that is you. But being together with this person, they make you feel like you living life fully is something to be ashamed of. Like you should be composed and you should hold a very I don't care kind of attitude, or you should be a demure lady. That could be why you feel that although you are very much attracted to each other, there is this thing that you just couldn't reconcile with. Next, what needs healing for you? You have the 10 of Cups. So the both of you, I would say this connection is more of love, but the love in a wrong kind of direction. You think that loving means the other person should be accepting you as who you fully are. Right? But accepting doesn't mean behaving just like you. And sometimes you just want to change each other and fix into your mold. And sometimes you can be so stubborn and If the other person don't change, then you would just leave the relationship, and you might fight, you might quarrel, you might argue, and then I give up. So that's the dynamic that I'm seeing. The need to healing is to know that the version of happiness that the both of you are holding onto is actually the same. You want happiness for each other. You want to have a harmonious relationship. And the lesson is to know how much you need to stand on your ground and how much to let go. The Seven of Swords. Oh, sorry, the Seven of Wands. How much to fight and how much to be stubborn on. You know, sometimes we keep on thinking that we need to stand very firmly on our ground and that no one should be able to change us. But the willingness to do something for the other person is also a sign of love. It's also an act of love. That is the acts of service, the love language. And it doesn't change you if you love them, if you show them love in the way that they need. It didn't change you in a core person. It didn't make you turn you into something like a people pleaser, the enabler. It is not such that horrible. Right? You are you, and because you are willing to do things that would show me in the way that I appreciate love, that makes the love even fuller, even more complete, if you would say so. So the lesson for the both of you is to actually understand that loving doesn't take you away, doesn't make you lose yourself. Yeah. That's actually the whole point. You are so afraid of losing yourself, losing your ground, that you won't compromise even little things. So the way forward for this is the Princess of This. This is actually very promising. So this is a relationship that can be healed. It's not that heavy. But of course, because of a lot of the pentacle stuff, I would say it takes time. It takes time for this group of people to understand that loving doesn't mean losing yourself. And the Princess of Disc as the future outcome is also a confirmation that the both of you are able to work together to bring something fruitful into the relationship. Right? You have Archangel Raziel. I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols, helping you understand spiritual truths. So this group of people, if you are, I would say you have a strong spiritual affinity towards esoteric information, esoteric knowledge. So you are encouraged to explore more on that. Now to wrap up this reading, you have the Hands of Cards and Star Keeper. So actually the essence of pile number 2 people, you're very good at exploring. You're very good at take a chance, risk. You see, this is exactly the energy of the Fool. But also, in a way, you aren't meant to sit still, and you aren't meant to get stuck in a specific location. I mean physical location. You are meant to go all around the world and explore. And you are meant to explore many different fields of knowledge, and that knowledge can actually help you grow, okay, and indirectly help with this connection. So you are someone that is meant to carry the light of your different perspective, different opinions to the whole world. And even your presence there is going to help. You are the star keeper. You are the cosmic ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. And the more you are grounded in your own truth, the more you can impact change in the world. I know this is going a little bit more deeper into your soul purpose, kind of like your soul mission already. But since it's being mentioned here, I would say you are very suitable. I'll not be surprised if you are already a light worker, if you're already in this spiritual community. Yeah, continue doing that. And this is actually a very beautiful work of yours. And because you are a very spiritual person, this connection that you're asking about is actually what makes you grounded. What makes you grounded in reality and what makes you grounded to look at your practical daily life. All right, that's all for the reading. Thank you for listening. Let me know in the comment section below if any of this resonates. If you want more personalized reading, you can contact me through Instagram or WhatsApp DMs. Links can be found in the description below. Again, thank you so much for listening, and hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi, pile number 3. If you have chosen the Citrine Pyramid and this card, I'm sorry. Then this is your reading. So before we get into the reading, I'm gonna give you a quick run through of what this reading is about. This reading is about a connection that you have in mind, a person in mind, which it's kind of heavy, or you have a love-hate relationship with this person, and you just can't seem to figure out why this is all happening. Okay, so we're going to explore here. These are the questions that we are going to explore today. Your role, who you are in this connection, their role, who they are to you, the dynamic between the both of you, what needs healing, the lesson of this connection, and the way forward with future outcome and universe's guidance for you. So let's get going. Okay. First off, this is a very strong a family dynamic energy coming in, right? It could be generational, it could be ancestral. Okay, very intense energy. Okay, we have guilt, indebted, and the image of a nurse. Yes, abundance, chakra clearing. Okay, sorry about that. But okay, this reading rings me, right? Yeah, it feels like it's been talking about me. And if you follow me closely on Instagram, you know that recently I just set boundaries with my parents. I cut off ties. Not exactly, but yeah. I finally stand up for myself against my parents in them. So let's get with your reading and see how this message is going to fit your situation. First of all, your role is the Queen of Swords. You are the queen and you're holding the sword. So actually your role is to set healthy boundaries. Oh, I'm sorry. Your role is to really, really speak your truth. And their role is the sun. So it's likely that their role is supposed to be a provider for you. They are supposed to be the nurturer, the upbringer, but they didn't manage to bring that to you. They are supposed to bring you happiness. Yeah. The sun showing up, and especially this kind of role dynamic reading, always means our parents, because they were our sun when we were young. I don't mean by S-O-N sun, but S-U-N. They are everything to us. So the dynamic between the both of you is the Ten of Pentacles. It's about abundance. So it's likely that all and what you have been talking about to each other is about money, stability, security, family structurals, family upbringing and teachings, the legacy. So growing up, you might also find yourself in some kind of a inheritance problems that you have with the family itself. Like maybe your grandpa left something, but your father's siblings, they argue or they quarrel over who is going to get the inheritance. Inheritance, money, stability is always a problem to you. But I also want to encourage this group. If you manage to heal that, you manage to overcome all this, huge abundance is waiting. Because the collective energy of your ancestral pattern is scarcity, is lack versus abundance. You are supposed to be rich. You are born in a family lineage where each and every generation of you is supposed to learn how to be rich. And once there is no one in this generation that breaks through it, then it is going to fall onto the next generation. And it ended with you. And how to be rich is not about the strategy. It's not about making money more, earning more. No. It surrounds self-worth. It surrounds the whole uprooting of money beliefs. Okay, so what needs healing? You have the Eight of Cups here. How you need to heal and what needs to be healed is you need to leave. You need to put down the old models, the old moods of holding love. You think that if you do this for them, it's love. If you do that for them, it's love. But actually, those love are secretly draining you and not allowing you to fully hold abundance. So you need to leave that situation. A very drastic and also a very, I would say, not drastic, but most intelligent way to really put down those attachments is to move out of the house first, is to put some physical distance between you and them. And then the next step would be there's a lot of internal emotional attachments that need to be cleared. And hence this Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. You also have the moon as the lesson of this connection. So this is not coincidence, you know. You need to leave because you have a lot of fears that is being tied to this dynamic. Insecurities, especially not feeling that you are enough, always being the one who is carrying more love towards your family, wanting everyone to be happy, and to the extent where you are sacrificing your own abundance in order to fill their cup. And this is not sustainable. So Archangel Metatron is showing up, and this group, if you would like to explore on energy clearing, energy healing more, you can drop me a DM, and I would definitely recommend cord cutting session for you. This cord cutting is for you to clear all these negative attachments, especially deep rooted fears that stem from the family conditioning that causes you to have this fear of failure, fear of success, fear of choosing your own path and not being able to prove to them, right? The way forward, you have that transformation, total transformation and rebirth. So death doesn't mean dying in a literal way, but the old way of you being controlled by them, you always need to listen to them and sacrificing yourself because you feel indebted to them. This is indebted, and the nurse is the caretaker. You're always their caretaker. You're always taking care about them to the extent where you feel so guilty if you don't do anything for them. Plus, this card that you choose, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. You have a very strong, deep rooted fear in related to the right and wrong. You feel that you must do everything right. And if you do something wrong, that means wrong in terms of setting boundaries with them, telling them the truth, cutting them off, that is wrong in your family, in your family structure, and you feel that you cannot do what is wrong. But this is exactly where the work for you lies in. You are supposed to uproot all of that. You're supposed to live a totally different way from what your parents are living because you want to embrace that abundance. And yes, your parents did carry the seed of abundance in them. And we don't want to like we don't want to reprimand them for not being able to plant that seed and make it bloom. But this is now your time to plant that seed and make it bloom. Each of you in the family lineage has and carries this abundance within all of you. And what it needs is to uproot the belief that you can't plant that seed and you can't make it bloom. You're not enough. You don't have the resources or you don't have the credentials and qualifications. All of that are bullshit. The seed needs you to now create a healthy and conducive environment for it to bloom into abundance. Right? And that's your lesson forward. That's your way forward. A total, irreversible transformation. Right? That's all for your reading today. If you find this reading resonates, let me know in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. If you're also open to do more personalized healing and reading sessions, welcome to DM me through Instagram or WhatsApp DMs, and links are in the description below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi, group number 4. If you have chosen the labradorite stone and this card, you're not for everyone, embrace your weirdness, face your true north, then this is the reading for you. Before we get into the reading, I'm just gonna let you have a quick run through on what we are going to explore today. So this is a reading on what is this connection about, and we are setting this connection in a connection that is heavily weighing on you, a connection that is troubling you and you have no idea why this keeps on happening. It could be a love-hate relationship, it could be a parent, it could be a colleague. It is something that is feeling very tangled and somehow unresolved. All right, so we have Hachimi tails right here. We have these questions that we are going to explore. Your role in this connection, their role in this connection, the dynamic between you, what needs healing, the lesson of this connection, and the way forward. What's the future outcome? All right, let's get into your reading. The camera is shaky because Hachimi is literally jumping on the desk. Hachimi is my cat. Okay. Oh, wow. This group is by far the most saturated group, I would say, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. So this is definitely a connection that is meant for spiritual transformation. All right, you have this children and a mirror. You have talking. You have Archangel Rizal, take back your power. So, okay. Let's look at the questions. So first, your role in this, your role in this dynamic is represented by the sun. So you are a truth teller. You are the exposer, I would say. You always wants to, you're always good at seeing true things. You're always good at shining the light. So you're definitely wise beyond your age. But the person that you're asking is the Hierophant. Hierophant can be very fixed in their ways, and they can also be holding a very high authoritative vibe or aura with them, and they can be very strict and conservative in a way. If it's in their shadow, they are stubborn and they only follow the rules, even though the rules might not make sense. So, the usual thing that they would say is, God says. Okay, that's a little bit humor there. But yeah, the problem is they will say, they will fish out or just take out the whole set of what used to work and then impose the rules onto you. But you are the sun, and you are not meant to follow things. You are meant to expose things. You are meant to shine light onto things. So whatever rules that are being written by some very old guys, they used to serve them. And if they serve selfish purposes, you would easily see through and you would start to challenge it. And the problem is with the Hierophant, they won't listen. They won't listen and they won't change unless something very drastic happen. And this is also why, very funnily, this is also why the universe would orchestrate huge, drastic happenings in our life. It can be accidents, misfortunes like cancer. It can be natural disaster. All right. Until that happen, it is unlikely that this group of hierophants are going to change. I don't mean to paint them black right here, but there's a reason why this dynamic feels heavy to you. So the dynamic between you is represented by the High Priestess card. So you are meant to really, really explore what's in your spiritual world, what's in your intuition, what's underneath all this, what's in the layers. And you are very special indeed. Because the universe put a hierophant in your life, but its purpose is to wake up the higher priestess within you. That means there are certain laws, universal laws, that always run through every time our daily living. There's a certain pattern, and you are meant to be the one who is able to expose that patterns and who is able to put that into light for everybody to see. And especially the old conservative dogma that don't serve us anymore, you're meant to break it. So you are meant to do something very different. And even even here, even this card that you have chosen, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. So if you force yourself to be normal like everybody else, it would be that would mean that you have gone astray. That would mean that this is not aligned with your path. So what needs healing for you is the Page of Swords. So what needs healing for you is you need to learn less. That means the mainstream education, you might need to unlearn that and learn new stuff. Learn to derive information and knowledge from your own experience, from your own perspective. And people really want that. And you're meant to be an influencer. You're meant to talk. You're meant to talk about the stuff that you see on the other side of the world. It's like those days, nobody had really gone to the moon. And then the first person who gone to the moon brings back the image of the moon, and you are the person. You are Armstrong. You're Neil Armstrong. You're supposed to do that. Okay. The lesson of this connection is the Wheel of Fortune. You're meant to teach. You're meant to show this person that you are thinking about that life has always changes. There are always possibilities. There are always chances that things would go awry. There are always chances that things would go a totally different way. Okay, there are multiple timelines in this world, and each of that is a possibility. Everything is possible. That is your motto. And you're meant to prove that to people. So the way forward for you is represented by the Empress. You are in your own throne. You are in your own legacy. You are in your own abundance, and nobody can shake you out of it. So it's very highly likely that in this dynamic, you are the child, and the person that you're asking about is a parent, authority, or someone who is elder than you, if it's an employer or a colleague, a friend. They are likely to be someone who is older than you, and you are meant to use your innocence, use your childlike nature, childlike curiosity, and put that mirror on their face. Show them how they have been living in a very restrictive way, and show them how you can live in your full abundance, the Empress. All right, and last universe soul card for you is Archangel Rizal. Take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So you are meant to focus on what you know and the wisdom that you derived from your daily experiences. You're not meant to follow the conventional path. You're not meant to, this group is very suitable to take the route not taken. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. That's the end of your reading. If you find this reading resonates, let me know in the comments down below. Hit like and subscribe. And if you would like deeper personalized readings or healings, you can contact me at Instagram or through WhatsApp DMs. I'll include those links in the description below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.